It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, they are really playing at a high level right now, going 8-1 over the last 9 games. And Robert Williams, someone will be watching tonight, Shaq. He plays with an edge in everything he does.
Yeah, physical, intimidating.
Does he make a face like the face you're making right now when you're talking about
physical, intimidating, the rebounding and shot blocking are already there.
Well, he's evolving offensively. That's what I do like about him as well. He wasn't a 5-star recruit where everybody was knocking down his door to get into his house, but he said, I'm going to put that work in, and he did. But everyone knows his name now.
Yeah, now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan. Everybody knows his name, too.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. The Hawks still playing on their home court in this one. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team. They could only manage a single win in 4 tries against these guys last year.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
So what you look for in the first game, 1, does one team make a statement? And 2, how does the other team react to that?
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Brad Stevens is one of the youngest coaches in the league. At the same time, he's one of the longest tenured coaches in Celtics history. Kyrie Irving said he brings the ultimate unwavering confidence. Chill but assertive. He demands excellence out of you. You want to play for him. Kevin?
All right, David. Maybe it's no longer a surprise. A couple rookies, Doris, who we thought would take some time to develop, are already contributing.
It's no question about it, and more rookies are being asked to play a larger role in their particular teams. And I think what you have to be struck by is the fact that we're not talking about 21 and 22-year-old rookies anymore, Kevin. We're talking about guys that have very limited collegiate experience, and yet everyone wants an immediate return. And I think it's nothing more than a sign of the times. Guys are dreaming about the NBA from the time they first pick up a ball, and what we get is the result of that.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the court for the Celtics, Hayward and Morris, your small and power forwards. Kyrie Irving is out there with Marcus Smart. And it's Horford in at the center, filling out the middle. Smart against Bazemore. Trying his luck deep. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And so it begins, taking control right up front.
Well, don't you love that they seize the lead from the beginning, exactly how you want to start off the game.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
Yeah, just a matter of he needs to be there a split second earlier. Not much room for error when you're setting a screen.
Shots good from Young.
And this is something Young must keep doing. His attack off the dribble, the ability to absorb the contact, and then just finishing through it.
Now, here is Irving. He had 34 points in the win against New York.
And his court vision was extraordinary, too. Let's not forget that. He was flawless passing the ball.
Young against Irving. And Young kicks it to Bazemore. Over Morris. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Bazemore's got 5 points so far. Boston off to a slow start. 7-point differential. Irving passes to Morris. Can they get it? Hands it from downtown.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
Now, here is Young. 32 points for him last game against Toronto. Irving drives in. Here's Horford. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Horford's got his first 2 points. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against New York.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
Here's Irving following the bucket by the Hawks. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter.
You know what's interesting is so many people wondered how Kyrie Irving would fit with the Boston Celtics. Well, the answer was pretty perfectly. He steps right into the system and has to carry the team, and the team flourishes with him at the head.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
First one falls for him. Well, Doris, it's rare to see a star player like Irving transition so smoothly onto a new team.
Well, agreed, Kevin. It wasn't just a new team. This was an established new team. But credit both Kyrie and the Celtics for coming to grips with how he fit.
Both free throws good for Irving.
I'll tell you, he's coming through for them at the free throw line today. His form has been perfect.
Young finds Len over Horford. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Alex Len, Doris, drafted number 5 overall. He shows flashes and has the physical ability.
This is why scouting is such a tricky business. You can see some raw talent, and then you have to wait for that talent to develop. Alex Len has the length that teams are looking for. But you also need to have floor spacing to operate your offense efficiently. And traditionally, that hasn't been part of Len's game.
And the first one drops. Well, Greg, for Atlanta, it was out with the old and in with the new for the point guard position for the Hawks.
And Hawks were able to trade down and still get the guy they wanted in Young. See him as an impact guard to build around for the future. Had to move Schroeder to free up space for Young, but this team now has a clear core to build around.
Now, here is Morris. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Here's Prince, and he misses the fast break layup.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
Here's Young. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. Passes it to Baseman. The Hawks again can't hit. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Boston. Trailing by 4. Looking for Hayward. He gets it there. Back to Irving. Pass to Morris. 6 on the shot clock. The 3. Rebound Atlanta. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
And with your defense, one part's your ability. The other, though, is effort. And in that one, they showed neither.
No, there's no question, Greg. I thought their defensive intensity was lacking from the outset. It looked like they were just hoping the other team would miss.
And here's Irving. Following the three-pointer by Trae Young. Misses from close range. Hayward against Prince. Over Morris. Offensive rebound. Collins. Here's Len. And the dunk by Len.
We've always talked about Alex Len's natural tools, Kevin, and he can assault the rim on a consistent basis.
Smart dishes to Morris. Back to Smart. He kicks it to Irving. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
Boy, it's rare for a point guard to do as much damage on the interior as Kyrie Irving. You've got to guard him in there.
Bazemore against Smart. Celtics trail by 7. Irving passes to Smart. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Oh, Kevin, the defense looking completely lost. Marcus Smart just toying with them in the paint.
Young against Irving. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And I'll tell you, Trae Young, go big or go home. Always gives you 100%, as competitive as they come. And the young fella wants to win so badly. Sometimes that emotion really comes out.
He's perfect from the line this time. And you know, Greg, it's amazing the impact Young makes, especially, of course, on the offensive end.
High-level shot maker, a threat the moment he crosses half court. Instinctive playmaker, just needs to play more within himself and avoid over-dribbling.
Here's Baines. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Hayward. And again, it's Boston converting.
Well, remember, the comfort zone that Gordon Hayward possesses when he's in the mid-range, there's an ease and a confidence about what he does.
Now, here's Bazemore, leading by 5. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Smart kicks to Hayward. Rejected by Len.
Well, for a big guy so light on his feet, Len rising into the air with ease.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
You know, and I'm not seeing any urgency out of this defense, especially considering the deficit in the score.
Irving against Young from outside the arc. Morris, no good. The Hawks leading by 7. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Left side, Smart. He can't get that one to fall. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Prince outside. Pass to Bazemore. Down low. And the dunk by Len.
I'll tell you, that's an assist that shows great sense for where his teammates want to move.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first. And when you watch Collins play, Greg, you just can't help but notice how athletic he is going to the rim.
Man, his hang time and ability to throw it down make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient because he's not only a strong finisher, but also enjoys attacking the rim. And does a great job, I think, of picking up misses, just being a pest for the defense.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Now, here's Rozier. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. The pass to Tice. Back to Rozier. To the middle. Here's Brown. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
And Kevin, Jaylen Brown thrives when it comes to scoring through contact. This is a guy who is constantly looking to initiate that body contact with the defense.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
And there's the bucket from Tatum.
Well, Jason Tatum has the kind of size and length to be effective near the cup. Really good job staying in attack mode.
Herter, Rozier defending. Shots good from Young.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Celtics trail by 7. Rozier with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Rozier with the steal. And Tice gets it to go.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And Carter has it in the corner. Connects from three-point range. Carter's got himself on the board with 3 there. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Passes to Tice. Kicks it to Baines. Pass to Brown. 6 to shoot. Over Young. Brown, good. The Hawks leading by 6. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That is his first foul of the game. Young left side. Shoots a 3. Sinks the triple.
Well, the offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and working for the best available shot.
Here's Baines following the 3 by Atlanta. It's Brown on the wing. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Brown's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Atlanta's gone 4 of 5 from 3-point land to get things going here in the first. Edmond passes to Carter. It's Young on the wing. He's covered by Brown. Celtics trail by 6. And the dunk by Brown.
Oh, my goodness, Kevin. Brown finishes off the drive, not simply laying it in, but a message of authority on the dunk.
Now, here is Young. He's got 9. .125 left to play in the first quarter. Baines with the block.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Atlanta leading by 4. And the 3 ball is good.
You have to guard Young tight. You got to know he's thinking of shooting as soon as the ball hits his hands.
There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Tice kicks to Baines. On the wing, Brown. Fires the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Boy, his marksmanship has been unbelievable this quarter, and they're still down.
If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Rozier looking around. Pass to Baines. Here's Rozier. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The kick out to Tatum. His 3-pointers off the mark. The Hawks leading. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Herter misses the 3. And here is Rozier. It'll count. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Hawks lead by 4. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he gravitated towards basketball instead of baseball.
Coming from a place where, baseball is what's driven to us every time. I mean, I started playing baseball. I didn't play basketball. I started playing baseball, and, just watching my dad play basketball, I just fell in love with the game. But people were still telling me, they're like, nobody makes it out of here, usually out of basketball. I mean, your dad was a very rare case, and I just believed in it.
Yep, wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
Well, you just try to keep riding this wave, right? They've been absolutely dominant from 3-point territory.
On the court right now for the Celtics, Rozier and Brown in the backcourt. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Horford. And it's Tice in at the four-man position. And no doubt Brad Stevens, one of the most respected young coaches in the NBA. Doris, he doesn't try to coach around foul trouble.
You know what I love about Brad Stevens is he's always trying to question the norm, meaning he doesn't want to do something simply because that's the way it's always been done. So just because a guy has 2 fouls doesn't mean he automatically takes him out. I like that kind of out-of-the-box thinking.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, last season started with that horrific injury to Gordon Hayward's leg. Now, it's been a long road back for him, but he took heart in the encouragement he received, not just from his family, but from so many well-wishers. He said you realize how lucky you are to have people from all over supporting you. Guys?
David, I think everyone is rooting for his complete recovery. Thanks for that report. Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
This guy is so crafty on the drive. Wow, Jason Tatum, with his quickness and his length and the strides he's got, can score at will.
Atlanta leading by 6. Young finds Plumlee. The Hawks working the ball around. Herter, Rozier defending. Shot clock at 6. Shots good from Young.
Just his night, guys. We saw Young do this in college. Once he gets into a rhythm, he will just put it on you.
Now here is Horford. 14 points from him the last game against New York.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. He gives them a double-digit lead. And now it's a 10-point Atlanta lead.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons. And I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor.
So for the Hawks, Collins checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Taurean Prince comes in for Carter. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Young. And a new group in for the Celtics. Morris is checked in for Daniel Tice. Hayward comes in for Jason Tatum. Marcus Smart's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Irving subbed in for Rozier. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Irving dishes to Hayward. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
Listen, this guy's a viable threat from deep range. With a lot of time put into it, Gordon Hayward has morphed into a consistent three-point threat.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And with all the drama, Greg, that has followed Irving the past few seasons, he reached out to Kobe Bryant for some guidance.
And just like Irving and LeBron had to go their own ways, so did Kobe and Shaq. Very few players know what it's like to be in a situation like Irving, but Kobe's one of them. And Kobe gave Irving the confidence to not be afraid of standing out in his career decisions, and so far it's paid off handsomely.
And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Sunday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets. And then on Tuesday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Miami Heat.
And that matchup against the Hornets, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Now here's Hayward. He picked up 15 points in their last win against New York.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collected huge amounts of rebounds.
Prince. No good off the back of the rim. Celtics trail by 4. Irving passes to Horford. Herter covered by Irving. Bazemore. No one around him. A three-pointer is right on target. Bazemore's got 8 points. Now, here is Irving. Guarded closely. He kicks to Horford. 5 to shoot. A 3 from Morris. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. And it's 6 points for Marcus Morris.
Really good job anticipating the rise and fire off the catch. Go ahead, Marcus Morris.
Collins dishes to Bazemore. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight. Celtics trail by 6. Now Irving. 7 points in the game. The dish to Horford. Can't hit from in close.
As off as he's been this quarter, it's not helping them to trim the deficit.
And the Hawks making a change here. Len's checked in. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Collins kicks it to Bazemore. Herter covered by Irving. Al Horford with the rebound. And the call will be against Alex Len. That's his first foul. Celtics trail by 6. Now, here is Irving. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say, it's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with a shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And the big men who compete against Horford have nothing but respect for him, Greg.
Well, it is why he's been selected as an all-star by his peers and why guys like Embiid admire his game. I mean, Horford does all the small things on the floor you need as a big man. He's so humble. He just goes about his game and makes his team better in every facet.
And Al Horford drops them both. And not too long ago, Doris, the Celtics put up the most shots in the league 2 years in a row. But last season, they were 25th in that category.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They became a different type of team 1 year ago. There was more movement, more sharing of the basketball. They went deeper into the shot clock on almost every possession. And that made it harder for defenses to key in on any one individual.
The Hawks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. First one falls for him. Commissioner Adam Silver recently said there's nothing magical about 82 games. Doris, what do you read into that?
I read nothing more than the leadership that Adam Silver is about, and seems to me that the NBA is one of the most proactive professional sports leagues in the world. And by that I mean, Kevin, They will evaluate every aspect of their business. If they believe it's advantageous to make change, then they will go to their competition committee, they will go to their ownership committees, and they will make whatever change they believe is for the ultimate good of the game. And that's exactly what you'd hope for.
Personally, 82 games, in your opinion, what do you think?
You know what, Kevin, it can be a little bit of a grind, but there is money at stake. And obviously that's a difficult thing for owners to come up and over. The players would have to want to give some money back. So listen, 82 games is long, but what happens, I don't know.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
So Horford gets 2. The past few seasons, Doris, Al Horford has really stepped up his passing.
Well, he has, Kevin, and part of it certainly is the system. But to me, this guy has incredible vision and feel on the offensive end of the floor. He's a key component of what they do.
Bazemore gets the bucket.
I'll tell you, what a start in the first quarter, and now he's taking it to a new level here in the second.
Irving with it. He has 7. Now the pass to Horford. Shoots over Len. Off the left rim and out.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass.
And here's Irving. After Torian Prince hitting the 3. Irving kicks to Hayward. Passes it to Horford. No one near him. Drained for 2 points. Horford's got 8 points.
Well, that's the IQ of Gordon Hayward on display. He understands what the defense is trying to take away and finds the open man.
Now here's Bazemore. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Toronto.
His passing definitely came into play as well, Kev. He was very unselfish, really kept the ball moving.
And why take that contested shot? I mean, make the extra pass.
That's a head scratcher. When the defense is in your grill, move the ball.
Dishes to Len. In the corner, Bazemore with it. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here.
And now we get a chance to check out John Collins. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. He's right around 13 points a night, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
A moment here to look at the numbers for Lynn. He's one of the standouts over the last month. 8th in field goal percentage, and of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. And he hits the first of 3.
What an interesting evolution for the Celtics last year at the point guard position. Of course, they trade Brooklyn's unprotected #1 pick for Kyrie Irving. Then Irving goes down, and you think, okay, they have to go into the playoffs without that veteran closer.
And he's good on the second. One thing we know about the Kyrie injury, they discovered a potential star in guard Terry Rozier.
Well, I think the Celtics knew what they had in Terry Rozier. This is the guy many in the organization wanted to draft in that draft class. And I believe Terry Rozier is a starting point guard in the league, and he certainly proved just that.
And he nails the 3rd.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And that'll prompt Brad Stevens to break right here. Timeout taken. Young's checked in for Atlanta. As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the team scoring leaders. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Boston Celtics. It's a 10-point game. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. To the middle, here's Horford. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Alex Len picks one up. Locker room presence, one of the aspects that gets overlooked by fans, but Doris, not by coaches. And there are some players who have that presence.
You know what, Kevin? And this can take the shape of a lot of different things. So one guy that comes to mind is Sean Livingston. Always calm, always about team. Thaddeus Young is not a name necessarily that is at the top of everybody's best player list, but anyone who's ever coached Thad Young believes in his ability to affect positively a locker room. Then you have those guys who maybe are going to challenge you a little bit more, but ultimately are good for the team. And I would cite Draymond Green, who will call out a teammate if necessary, push them to greater heights. You need both kinds, I think, Kevin, in your locker room.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Len. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
And Dedmon throws it down.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Now, here is Irving. He's got 7. Morris finds Irving. Here's Horford. Over Dedmon. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Al Horford.
Not a lot you can do. Al Horford squares up beautifully, and what a pretty stroke.
Irving against Young. Spellman. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Irving attacking. Goes back up. And Horford lays it up and in. Horford's got 12 points in the game.
Boy, that's some big-time muscle on the glass from Horford. He gets great position, uses that big frame to his advantage.
Young passes to Prince. Smart against Bazemore. Young, right side. Celtics trail by 11. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And Marcus Smart, Doris, is a player who will give you whatever he can on offense.
Right. Marcus Smart is on the floor because of his defensive abilities. But what Brad Stevens likes to say is, Marcus will make the big shots.
The Hawks making a switch here. Carter's checked in. Then for the Celtics, Jason Tatum. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. Jaylen Brown comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Irving. Now, here is Young. He's got 14. A three-pointer, no good.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
At the elbow, Horford. And stolen by Prince. The shot by Carter, nobody around. It's good from long range. He has 6.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Rozier kicks to Horford. Tatum on the wing. 1:56 left in the first half.
And look at how well the defense does to cut his path to the basket. Comes up empty on what might have been an easy play.
Prince. And Boston with the rebound.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And Vince Carter picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. In the bonus, we'll go to the free throw line. The Celtics have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. And he can't get the first one.
How about the leap forward, guys, that Jaylen Brown took as a second-year player in the NBA? He improves across the board and becomes a mainstay of their rotation. And there's so much to like about his future, guys.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Boston. Now here's Prince. He's coming off a 13-point game against Toronto. Clock at 6. Misses off the right iron. Doris with Brown, you knew he had the athleticism, and now we're seeing the skill.
Right, because Jaylen Brown has great work ethic and is putting in the time to develop every facet of his game. This guy strikes you as a young man who's got a very bright future on and off the floor.
So it's the Hawks now, following the bucket by the Celtics. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Horford. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance. It's deflected. Here is Carter. He has 6. Prince wide open. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Carter's got 3 assists tonight.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Rozier against Young. Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Rozier. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first half. Young taking his time here. But they'll get another chance. Edmond passes to Prince. Young dishes to Carter. Shot clock at 5. And another shot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Six seconds left now here in the second. Out to the right wing. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Horford.
I tell you, the defense is going to have to get in Al Horford's space because right now he's in a comfort zone.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to you, I guess.
And you.
Not you.
Not him?
You.
Oh, her, for sure.
Them.
Yes.
This is Ernie Johnson. That's Kenny, that's Shaq. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Trae Young was the story in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 2 steals, and 3 rebounds. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
The three-point shot was their best friend. I agree with the strategy. When it's working, take advantage of it. I don't really like it. Live by the jumper, die by the jumper. But tonight, they're living, and they're living good, baby.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Boston?
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go.
And we welcome you back with a look at such a terrific location here in the heart of downtown Atlanta. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Al Horford has been sensational.
Yeah, great job from him in that first half of drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Well, he certainly put the defense in a tough spot in that half. Forces the issue, draws the contact time and time again.
Celtics trail by 7. And it's Prince outside at the 3 with Collins down at the power forward. Young and Bazemore team up in the backcourt. And it's Plumlee in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. The Hawks leading by 7. Young outside. Kicks to Collins. And the layup is good. Collins has got the first basket of the second half here for the Hawks.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
Irving attacking, and they pick up 2.
I'll tell you, you're not going to find a much more confident basketball player. He always believes the points are going to come.
The free throw off from Irving.
What's incredible to me is Kyrie Irving at 6'3". Does he possess incredible eye-popping athleticism? No. But he can create his own shot anytime he wants, and his finishing ability is as good as it gets in the NBA.
Here's Smart after the basket by Atlanta. Morris outside. Here's Horford. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Prince misses.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that. Boy, he's carried his share of the load tonight, Kev. But he might need to carry even more if they're going to turn this thing around.
Smart against Bazemore. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Great beginning to this second half. Now 3 for 4 from the field.
Irving finds Horford. To the paint. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Horford's got 19 points.
Well, that's just about sheer effort from Al Horford. The defense made their presence felt, but Horford utilizes his length.
Kicks it out to Prince. And that one drops. Prince has got 10 points in the game.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Smart against Bazemore. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Smart.
Well, you know Marcus Smart understands how to use his body inside, and I just love how he goes right up with the shot.
Pass to Bazemore, trying his luck deep. Atlanta working now with the new shot clock. And it's sent back by Horford.
How about the timing by Al Horford? Twice on the pipes, sends it back.
Irving, he dishes it to Hayward. Prince with the defensive effort. The Hawks leading by 7. Pass to Bazemore. And here's Len. 8 points for him. The pass to Young. Clock at 6. Count it. 16 points for him.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Smart kicks to Morris. Outside Irving. Out to Morris. Right wing. The shot from 20 feet away. Horford no luck.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And the call will be against Al Horford. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Young against Irving. Young dishes to Bazemore. Back to Young. To the inside. Kicks it out to Prince. 4 on the shot clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Shot by Collins, no good. Celtics trail by 9. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure. And Gordon Hayward is a player who's always found a way to add something to his game. Now he feels comfortable going at a defense either inside or out. Great strength when attacking the rim and can shrug off those defenders.
That free throw, no good. And Greg, you mentioned Hayward's strength. That and his ball fakes seem to be not as recognized as they should be.
Yeah, I think Hayward has one of the better pump fakes in our league. Great deception with inside-out dribbles to create space. And the things he does well aren't immediately apparent, but Hayward's terrific fundamentals are what make him a great scorer.
He hits the second from the line.
I just like the leadership of Al Horford. This is a dominant player, but he's remarkably efficient as well.
Shots good from Young.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And let's check out some stats for Horford. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. He's right around 13 points a night, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
Now, here is Morris. He's got 6. Here's Hayward. Lays it up off the glass. Hayward's got 7 points.
Boy, pure strength from Hayward. Loves overcoming any challenge a defender might throw his way.
Len passes to Prince. Bazemore on the wing. Back to Prince. The kick out to Young. Celtics trail by 8. And there's the call on John Collins. That's foul number 2 for him. Carter, he's checked in for Taurean Prince. And the Celtics also making a change. Brown is checked in for Smart. Irving against Young. Shot from 12. That one off the back iron and out.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Banked in off the glass. Young's got 6 here in this quarter.
Maybe not the most explosive athlete, but Young's jumper stretches defense, which gives him more room to get by his man.
Now, here is Irving. 9 points in the game so far.
Boy, defender taken out of the play with a rock-solid screen. No way he's going to get through that.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Celtics making a switch here. Tatum's checked in. And so Bazemore will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Horford goes in. And while we can, let's find out a little bit about the shooting guards around the league and which of them have had the most assists over the last 10 games. You take a look at Bazemore, one of the best passers in the NBA, always looking to get his teammates involved.
And that list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way those guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it almost seems like they're more like hybrid guards. They can create opportunities for their teammates or handle the scoring duties themselves. Either way, they're valuable to have around.
And he looks totally out of sorts here at the stripe. Those defenders aren't afraid at all to body him up and force him to earn his points at the line.
The Hawks leading by 6. And stolen by Irving. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
What a turnaround in the second half. So much more accurate overall.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line. That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Bazemore with it, picked up by Brown. And Bazemore kicks to Dedmon. Young against Irving.
Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
Here's Horford. Irving misses. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Young outside. Pass to Bazemore. 5 to shoot. Outside Carter. They get the rebound. Spellman. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Hayward. Brown wide open. He fires. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Young passes to Dedmon. And Young kicks it to Bazemore. Nailed from three-point land. Bazemore's got 21.
Now, I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
Irving finds Horford. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And that's 23 points for Horford.
Wow, come on now. If Al Horford, if he's this close, the D is toast.
And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. The pull-up. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Now just a 2-point Atlanta lead. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Well, I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
Some changes for Boston. Aaron Baines comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Irving. Hawks have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Bazemore against Brown. Bazemore dishes to Young. Off target with the open look. On offense, here are the Celtics. They're on a 13-5 run. Back to Rozier. Nice ball movement by Boston. For the tie, and again it's Boston converting.
This is one of Tatum's main strengths. He is a polished shooter who likes working in the mid-range.
And Young kicks to Carter. To the middle, and stolen by Horford. Young against Rozier. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. The kick out to Young. Sinks the three-pointer.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Celtics trail by 3. Now Rozier. On the wing, Brown fires the 3. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Celtics. They're in second, looking to take over the first spot. And, of course, Atlanta, 7 games back.
And, you know, for the Celtics, I think they've lived up to their billing this season, that's for sure. It doesn't look like they'll be slowing down anytime soon.
I'd go even one step further. From what I've seen of them to this point, I think their best basketball may still be in front of them.
Bazemore for three. That shot misses. Now Boston takes it the other way. Here's Tatum. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And when the Celtics traded out of the first overall pick in 2017, you know, many, Greg, thought they were settling for Jason Tatum for team needs. But he might be the best overall player in that draft.
Listen, the Celtics said they would have been fine taking Tatum first overall, and I believe him. I mean, Tatum looks like he could be a superstar very early in his career, and does everything at a high level and is already a terrific shooter from deep. Plus, he just has a poise and an air about his game that speaks of superstar.
Now, here is Young. 23 points in the game and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And now a look at Jason Tatum. Over the last month, getting it done. 12th in three-point field goal percentage. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And no one's been able to guard him out there. Defender's been trying to get physical with him, but time and time again, he just shrugs him off and drills it. And the first one at the line is good.
He's a guy you have to game plan for. The way Young scores and passes the ball creates so many problems for the defense.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. So Rozier will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 3. He kicks it to Baines. Rozier with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively. Brown outside. Atlanta with the rebound. Dedmon's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Young against Rozier. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Dwayne Dedmon, a player who started his NBA career late, was a rookie at age 24 and then floated around to several teams. But he has gone from being an end-of-the-bench guy to an important rotation player in just the last few seasons.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Dedmon and the teams he's played with, you know, he always has found a way, Greg, to slot in and give you good minutes.
Yeah, what I love about him, he knows who he is as a player and plays to his strengths. Never gives up on a play on either end of the floor. And now he's even added a three-point shot to his arsenal to kind of further expand his versatility.
6 to shoot. And it's Brown missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Young against Rozier. Here's Brown. And it's good off the back rim and in. Brown's got 17 now.
Well, don't you love the way Jaylen Brown is squaring up in the mid-range? This guy's getting his feet under him. His pre-shot preparation outstanding.
58 seconds left to play here in the third. Down low. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Let's take a moment to see the squads that have been the most dominant on the glass this season. Number 5, the Hawks.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
And the first one drops. Atlanta making a switch here. Prince is checked in. And he makes both free throws. There's 53 seconds left here in the third quarter. And stolen by Tatum. Inside, here's Rozier, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Well, you can tell there's a team-first mentality with the young gun Jason Tatum working to find the open teammate. Nice.
Now, here is Young. 27 points for him. And here's Prince outside. And Tatum pulls it down. Boston's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Count it. Good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Young against Rozier. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Young outside. Clock at 4. 2 points. That one goes.
And a depth mid-range shooter as well. All Young needs is a little breathing room, and he set the fire.
Al Horford getting it done for Boston. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Now, as we add stops and add scores, don't let the little things get us off kilter, okay? Play with poise. Let's go.
Well, he's clearly, Greg, trying to keep his team on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, really challenging his guys right now, encouraging them to just stay focused on the task at hand.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Down low, it's Morris and Horford. Rozier and Brown in the backcourt. And it's Tatum in at the small forward position. And here's Brown outside. Rebound, Atlanta. Dedmon's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Brown against Carter. Young passes to Prince. Back to Young. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Got a piece of it. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Atlanta making some changes. Lenz checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Carter. Marcus Smart's checked in for the Celtics. Here's Bazemore. Shot clock at 2. No good on the quick 3. Tatum kicks to Horford. The 3 ball hits the 3-point bomb. Horford's got 13 points in the second half.
Lined it up and knocked it down. His second triple tonight.
Rozier against Young. Prince, the pass to Young. Back to Prince. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
What a great job contesting without fouling. Exactly how you want to defend the mid-range shot.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut to just 1 in the basket from Young.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Rozier kicks to Morris. Count it.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Bazemore, that's down the hatch. Knocks 1 more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Rozier with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively. Tatum's shot is off.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Prince kicks it to Bazemore. Shot's good from Young.
Well, this guy's trying to close this game out in style. He's not going to stop attacking until he's sure this win is in the books.
Rozier, the pass to Morris. Back to Rozier. The dish to Morris. Tatum on the wing. Guarded by Prince.
And no doubt that Marcus Smart is one of the better defenders at his position. Quick feet are complemented by that strong frame, and he just digs in and against would-be scorers and just never lets them get comfortable.
And that one falls for Smart. And Greg was Smart. When he's off the floor or injured, you notice just how it changes the team's defense.
Yeah, I mean, the defense overall just seems to have less bite, less edge, less toughness without Smart. And the way he plays, you feel like he is looking to make a play on defense rather than just trying to slow his man down. Great at taking charges and forcing turnovers. He is truly the catalyst of their defense.
Boy, I just love how Marcus Smart plays the game of basketball. He's aggressive, he's intelligent, and he doesn't mind getting under your skin.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's foul number 2 for him. Watching the line there, that'll be a backcourt violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Young against Irving. On the wing, Irving. For 3, Hayward. Rebound by the Hawks. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Hayward. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Here's Bazemore. Rebound, Gordon Hayward. Hayward's got 4 rebounds in this game. Lets it go with a 3. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Well, what timing from Gordon Hayward. So confident when it comes to pulling up in the defense's face. That's really nice.
Young dishes to Prince. Pass to Len. Kicks it to Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good on the 3-point shot.
He has a lot of points from long range this half. He's taken advantage of a really tired defense.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Horford finds Hayward. Back to Horford. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. And that's now 30 points for Al Horford.
I like the aggressiveness, Kevin. Horford is superb at staying in control on these tough shots.
Young passes to Prince. Pass to Len. Down low. And finished off by Collins.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Great teamwork. That's something you develop by practicing it over and over again.
So it's the Celtics now, following the bucket by the Hawks. Hayward kicks to Irving. Back to Hayward. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Here's Horford.
Well, terrific defense by Alex Len. The ability at his size to contest shots. What a force.
Hayward can hit.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Smart dishes to Irving. Back to Smart. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Smart's got 4 points in the quarter.
On the attack, he has that ability, trying to close this one out.
I'll tell you, that's the killer instinct you need to have. You love the attacking mentality near the cup.
And stolen by Bazemore. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That'll be his second foul of the game. Atlanta calls timeout. Al Horford with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Al Horford.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on Lloyd Pierce talking with his team. We told him, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Young. And so Young nails them both.
And he's been to the line much more here than he was in that first half. He's not playing nearly as tentatively as he was earlier.
And that one's good, Irving.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Right, you love the aggressiveness. This guy is willing to take over at the key opportunities.
Now here's Prince. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Lost it on D. The lead is 2. Bazemore passes to Collins. And that one goes, feeding him with the lead pass.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Irving against Young. Morris outside. Smart wide open. He fires. Bangs home the trifecta. Smart's got 7 points for the quarter. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That will complete this 4-game homestand. Morris against Prince. Back to Young. Just 4 to shoot. This one for 3. But they recover it. Len. And he drops it in from the low post.
Well, just terrific instincts right there from Alex Len on the offensive glass. Really impressive.
Young against Irving. Hayward outside. Takes a 3. Len grabs the board. Len's got 5 rebounds tonight. Young dishes to Collins. They now take the lead.
Man, this has been fun. I mean, we got 2 teams dueling down the stretch.
Boy, does it feel to you, Greg, like every single shot is going through the bucket? That's how lethal both of these teams have been late in this one.
The offensive rebound. Off target at the rim.
Boy, a little too casual on the layup. Temporary loss of focus. Not good.
And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down. And looking at Prince's game, you know, he could be the ultimate complementary player. A good shooter, doesn't need a ton of touches, solid enough on defense, and is showing signs of improvement.
Tatum, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And with Prince, his versatility between forward spots also is an asset to the team.
And when I call Prince a complimentary player, I didn't mean it as a slight. It just plays with an approach and style that fits well with any team and any leading scorer. Players like him tend to have a long, productive career in our league.
Now here's Tatum. Boston, no good that time either.
Tremendous defense. Boy, they're putting an emphasis on not giving him a clean look inside.
Prince up top. That's tipped. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Irving. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Irving's got 12 points in just the second half. The Hawks leading. And Young kicks to Prince. The pass to Collins. Now here's Len, and stolen by Horford. Here's Tatum. Back to Morris. And he comes up with the deuce. Morris has got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
My goodness. Guys, you talk about embracing the moment, burying a key shot. Go ahead, Mr. Morris. We see you doing work.
Now, here is Young. Nice move. He stepped back and cast it up. Young's got 42 in the game.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bazemore. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Atlanta. Horford finds Smart. Nice ball movement by Boston. He gets that one. That's now 32 points for Horford.
This guy is always poised, always ready to deliver. Doesn't matter how tense the game is.
Atlanta's shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Young outside. Over Irving. Passes it to Bazemore. Clock at 6. From deep. Prince misses.
Yeah, and even with his range, that one might be asking a little too much.
Yeah, that zip code might extend beyond his range. My goodness, let's take a better shot next time.
Knocks it loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession.
Yeah, you go for the steal, but at least you do get the deflection.
Well, Greg, you make them reset their offense, right? It's disrupting their rhythm.
Now, here is Young. Dedmon. And Dedmon throws it down.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Yeah, with the score this close, guys, I am shocked at the lack of defensive aggressiveness. That has to be shored up.
Here's Morris. Following the bucket by the Hawks. In the corner. Tatum with it. Fast break, the Hawks. Young's running. Good.
Fearless, decisive, on point.
Which is exactly what you have to be, especially when your team needs a bucket.
Now, here is Irving. Boston again missing. Prince up top, guarded by Tatum.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. No room for them to make a mistake here.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
From downtown, it's in! What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
Man, you can get chills watching Jason Tatum want to deliver in the clutch.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Shooting 2.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he does get the second one. And that gives them a 4-point cushion. Irving against Young. Irving passes to Tatum over Prince. Tatum's shot is off. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, they have to be feeling a little bit more comfortable after the free throws add to their lead.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And I'm not sure the two-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
Unless it's an and one, a two-pointer makes no sense. Unfortunately for them, the defense knows this too.
And on the way from Irving for 3, it's good from beyond the arc.
Now, when the game is on the line, Kyrie is the guy you want taking the shot. He is a stone-cold finisher.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 4. 11 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
Well, this is what they're left with, needing a fast bucket, then a foul.
Well, it's desperation time, and you don't have a ton of time to play around with. They know it. Got to get to work.
And here's Tatum for 3. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, tough break for him there. But they'd have a tough time coming back from this deficit no matter who's on the floor.
Boy, don't you love it. As calm as can be, seals the win with some tremendous work at the free throw line.
And so the Hawks take the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.